Yes, you guys, the news we've all been waiting for is finally freaking here. Mohamed Salah got announced last Friday, 2-year deal, and now Virgil van Dijk, our captain, our legend, our already legendary player, is going to stay same exact 2 years, and they're just about on the same deals as well. And from the reports, apparently his anticipation or what he wants is maybe to even extend one more year. Who knows what will happen down the line. But guys, this is fantastic news. And one of the reasons why I'm buzzing even more, you guys, is because knowing the ambitions of a Mohamed Salah, knowing the ambitions of a Virgil van Dijk, both are playing still at the top of their game. I think there are two players of the season. If I had to look, again, not recency bias, if I look at our entire season, for me, they've been our top two players. So, of course, this summer, they would have had so many clubs interested. And the whole time, both Mo and Virg said from the beginning that they wanted to stay at the club, that the only thing in their mind was Liverpool Football Club. They just wanted to stay here. And that is just beautiful to hear. In the end, they obviously got big contracts, but they deserve it. £400,000 a week makes Virgil van Dijk the highest paid defender in all of Europe. But boy, does he freaking deserve it. For his loyalty, for what he's given to the club, captaincy, everything, guys. This is fantastic news. And like I said, I think it's a real indication off the pitch. I know some people are always complaining about our ownership, always complaining about lack of transfers, all of this. Trust me, they would not have stayed if they didn't think there were ambitious plans, or the fact that Slot can continue to compete at the highest level. Continue to compete just like before. We used to see under Klopp. It felt like every year we could go again. Trust me, Virgil and Mo work with him day in, day out. With Arne Slot, I mean. And if they didn't believe that we could compete for the biggest trophies, trust me, they wouldn't have stayed because of how ambitious they are. Not because they don't love Liverpool. That's been made clear from all the years they've already been here. But guys, they are ambitious. You don't get to that elite level. You don't become the best in the world in your position if you don't have elite standards. And that's what Liverpool definitely sold to them based on the manager that we brought in and our plans for the future. And that's what's got me so excited. Come on, nice to see you. Nice to see you guys in the building. I see Garvitz here. I see LFC fan Kelly Mason. Oh man, Rian Kelly, nice to see you in the building. Joseph, who says so hyped, so happy. Thank you so much, Sunny, for the super chat. Who says it's a good thing Trent has gone to Madrid, or Mo and Virg wouldn't have stayed. I would rather lose one player than two. It's easier to replace one player in the summer than two or three. And not just that, Sunny. Because Connor Bradley is incredible, but I don't know. There's still a part of me that's still hopeful that Trent will stay. I can't. I gotta be real. I still have a little bit of hope that Trent will stay. But anyways, I don't want to talk about that right now because it's all about Virgil. I think Virg and Salah would have been near impossible to replace. No one's bigger than the club, but in terms of in the short term, so I'm talking about competing again next season. If one of the two left, it would have left a major gap, a hole in our team. So the two of them staying is monumental. Fizz Football says, bro, 400k pounds a week is insane. It's insane, but he freaking deserves it. Fizz says, don't you think selling Alisson to Saudi would be a good decision? No, not the way he's playing. Did you watch the game this weekend against West Ham? He's incredible. He's still up there with the best goalkeepers in the world. And we know Ali is a leader behind the scenes. He's a model professional. He loves Liverpool. And I would do everything to keep Alisson at the football club as well. He's just as important. You know, he just has to stay fit. But if he stays fit, we see how important of a player he is for us, how big of a player he is. And we got to keep Alisson. For me, that's the spine of our team right there. The spine of our team. Alisson, Virgil, Salah. So long as we have those three players, I'll believe we can compete for the Premier League title. Those three players are so important for us. Jack says, best freaking defender. in the world. Absolutely he is, and that's why he's now the best paid defender in the world too. He freaking deserves it. He freaking well, not in the world, but in Europe. That's what matters, because we know Saudi is just is a world apart in terms of money. Big up Leo Conway, thank you very much for the super chat, who says I'm so happy right now. Virgil's staying with Mo for 2 years, so here's a donation. I hope you enjoy. Thank you, Leo. Oh my lord. SRC says, bro, Virgil just released his skincare routine on his Instagram because he signed it. Did he actually? It's so funny. I remember when Salah demolished Alisson, when Alisson was a Roma in 17-18, and now they're winning prime titles together. I know, I remember that. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Tej says, hey Leo, do you think Salah will decline next season without Trent running down the flank without him? Nah, because Tej, you've seen how Mo has adapted his game to now being less quick than he was before, or less good in 1v1 situations. Salah, again, elite players like that, especially elite mentalities like Mo, like Virgil, they adapt their game. And let's say it's Connor Bradley in behind him, he will still find a way to be effective in games. We're going to have a different number 9 next season. Darwin's no longer going to be our main number 9. That could help Salah as well. So I'm sure the team... Slot is a very adaptable manager tactically as well, but Mohamed Salah is one of the most adaptable players I've seen in the way he's now become a creator later on in his career. I mean, he could break there's a very good chance he breaks the assist record this season. Who would have seen that coming after that 17-18 season where he just looked like a pure goal scorer? Now he's not just a pure goal scorer. He's going to win the Golden Boot this season. So it's not like he stopped scoring goals. But bro, he's added elite creativity to his game. He is by far the top assister. He's on 18 assists in the league this season. You want to know who's in second? Bukayo Saka with 10. He's almost got the double amount of assists as the player in second place. And he's not playing with elite forwards. As much as I like Lucho, as much as I like Gakpo, as much as I like some of our attackers, I wouldn't say they're world class. So imagine if he played the way that he is right now with a Bobby or a Sadio Mane, how many more assists he'd have. That's what I mean. Mo will adapt his game because he's world class mentally first. I think that's the rare thing. You can have all the ability in the world. We've seen it in the past. You can have all the ability in the world. But what differentiates a player like Mo and a player like Virgil? Because I actually, one of the most interesting interviews I listened to about Virgil van Dijk was his routine and the detail he puts into his recovery, the detail he puts into the sleep he gets, the way he feeds himself, the way he treats his body. All of these things we don't see because they're off the pitch. But let me tell you something. Mentally, you have to be an elite level. How many times over the years have we heard bad stories about Virgil or Mo off the pitch? How many times have we heard about them going clubbing or drinking or whatever it may be? How many times? Never. And that's why Virgil is our captain and the best defender in the world. And that's why I think Mohamed Salah is likely going to be our vice captain if Trent ends up leaving. But like I said, there's a part of me that still is going to be hopeful. There's a part of me that's still going to be hopeful that Trent will want to stay. I got to be real with that. I want to read you one of these Virgil quotes, by the way, that I think is so freaking beautiful. Let me find this quote. Ian Doyle, by the way, says, now that we've tied down our 2 most important players for the next 2 seasons, Liverpool believe they have further underlined players of elite talents that can fulfill their ambitions at the club. This is what I'm saying. You don't even need to read what journalists are saying. It is so clear to see these 2 would not have stayed if the club wasn't ambitious in the transfer market, which is what's going to happen. I truly, truly believe it. Cameraman, I promise we'll play bingo tonight, okay? We'll be back live tonight for the Man United Lyon game. I promise we will be live for that. And we'll do a bingo. Joseph, shout out to your friend William. He's a big Liverpool fan and loves Virgil. Shout out to you, William. You absolute legend. You'll never walk alone. Oh my. This is too beautiful. This is too beautiful. Okay, let me see. Van. Best news ever, Leo. Both Salah and Virgil stay absolutely. And I'm telling you, we're going to have a banger transfer window. Goal Forge, I'm going to be making a video on that as well. Well, I already edited it, so it's going to come out soon. Trust me, guys. This is going to be one of the most ambitious transfer windows. Shame we don't have players who love the club, says Man United. You do. Scott McTominay loved the club. Scott McTominay loved the club. You should have kept hold of him. Look at how well he's doing now at Napoli in Italy. But no, I was gonna say, guys, I'm gonna be putting out a video on how it's gonna be a big summer for us. But yeah, one of the main reasons is because there's gonna be lots of outgoings and stuff like that. So it's gonna be exciting to see how next season looks. But again, what's the core of our team that we had to keep together? Alisson, Verge, and Mohamed Salah. If you have those three pieces, they will ensure that the mentality at that football club remains at an elite level, because we know what their ambitions are like. So if we bring in young, hungry players, these three will mentor them and teach them about the ways of being a Liverpool player, winning the biggest trophies of Liverpool. And that core that we're keeping, guys, is monumental. Because like I said, I truly believe it's much more than just that player staying. Leaders like that are priceless in that way. And experience like that is priceless. Because again, there's so much that we don't see off the pitch, training day in, day out. These three players, they set the tone for the rest. And therefore, whoever we bring in the summer, they will lead. And they will show them the ways. And that's what I think about. That makes me even more excited. Troy King, I met Virgil after the Newcastle. I went in 2022 to Liverpool Newcastle. That's the game that we won 2-1 at Anfield. Remember, Fabio Carvalho scored a last minute winner, and I was with Jose Enrique that day. And after, I ended up running into him in like the halls. I met him, Thiago, Joe Gomez, and James Milner, and it was unreal. Absolutely unreal. That was in 2022. I would keep Alisson, bro. He's, again, irreplaceable for his leadership and experience. Oh my, I'm too excited. God damn, you guys. The hype is way too high. The excitement levels are way, 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 way too high. Yes, it is brilliant. Hey, Leo, your friend James was wrong. Bayern didn't hit the semis and Real Madrid didn't come back. Young Trent, nice to see you in the building. What's good? Elliot, it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you, Elliot. Who's your favorite Liverpool player? I can't pick one. My favorite of all time is Stevie G, but in this current team, it's too hard to pick one. I love too many. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Soul Sniper, nice to see you in the building too. What's good? What's going on? Hippie, this is huge indeed. This is huge. I'm just glad he was able to make up for... I mean, he's made it up with his performances this season. This is why, you guys, I'm not going to be the most reactionary person on the planet, because I look at an entire season. And yes, Salah wasn't at his best for a few games, and Verge had a few off games. But bro, we got to look at the entire season, and we would not be the amount of points that we're clear of Arsenal. We would not be this many points clear, you guys, if it wasn't for the season that Verge and Mo are having. You have to take a step back and appreciate how many points we saw Arsenal last night. They're a very good team. To beat Real Madrid 5-1 on aggregate over 2 legs. For me, what impresses me the most about Arsenal is how well they do defend. You know, they defend really well, and you have to give them their props. But the fact that we're this many points clear of this Arsenal side that's in the semifinals of the Champions League, I'm just saying, it says a lot. It says a lot, and we cannot undermine the season that we've had and the position that we're in right now. Big up Abs, thank you for the super chat, who says, Leo, we're so excited, baby. Thanks forever, the updates, you're the best, you'll never walk alone. Thank you, Abs, for the support, it means the world. Tommy is in the building too, nice to see you, it is indeed great news. I'm an Arsenal fan, I'm cooked. How are you cooked, bro? Oh, you mean because Virgil's staying? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. DS357, thank you very much for the super chat, who says, look at Stevie G, the importance of leadership. Oh yes, this is my favorite Stevie G pick of all time. That's him after Istanbul, and he just has nothing left physically, and he's just there with all the Liverpool fans, and he's almost just like collapsing there, and it's just so freaking beautiful. And Virgil has the same well, it's not exactly the same because it's true he's not from the city of Liverpool, but he understands what it means to be a Liverpool player, and it's freaking beautiful. Major, thank you for the super chat as well, who says, who do you think Liverpool should sign that can play striker? My dream is Alexander Isak or Julian Alvarez. Those are the dreams, but given they're less realistic, I mean, you guys let me know. Hugo Ekitike, however you say it, Stu, I'm starting to change my mind about him. But yeah, honestly, whoever, the thing is, it's hard to say because I feel like obviously Slot knows the profile number 9 that he wants much more than us. So from the outside, it's a bit harder to say. The only thing I'll say is I don't think we'll sign a player, a striker like Gyökeres or Osimhen, because they're more Haaland type players who are good finishers, not great with their feet. They're more out and out number 9s. I think we want a more of a false 9, or more of a number 9 that can really be involved in the hold up play and link up play. And that's why I think we'll look more so for Hugo Ekitike, the striker for Frankfurt. I think that's more of the type of profile we'll look for than a Gyökeres or an Osimhen. That, from what I've seen under Slot, that's just what I believe, you know. Neil says Hugo Ekitike from Frankfurt. Neil thinks he's a hidden gem that he can thrive under our team. So yeah, he seems like he's been a target for us all season. And tonight, for those of you that can join in, I'm going to have a double screen as well. So we'll have the United Lyon game, and then Spurs are also playing against Frankfurt. He scored in the first leg. He scored a beauty. And let's see if he shows up again tonight with a big performance against an English team. It could show us a bit more if he has that big game mentality, because obviously for Frankfurt it is a big game to potentially advance to the next round of the Europa League. I think we should sign Alvarez. I agree, Mohammed. I would like us to go big on Julian Alvarez. Go12 says, in the interview, Virgil said it was always Liverpool. This tells us about how much Virgil loves the club and the passion he plays with. Absolutely. I'm too hyped. I'm just too excited. Goal Forge, I definitely think Salah and Virgil will see out their contracts minimum. And who knows, maybe both or maybe one of the two could go for a 1-year extension if they're still playing at the elite level. It wouldn't surprise me. But anyways, I don't like to look too much into the future. Now, guys, we could just breathe and appreciate the fact that we're going to get minimum 2 more years of these legends. And I think these are the moments where I at least like to take a step back. I grew up in the era of watching, no disrespect to Mamadou Sakho, no disrespect to some of the center backs we grew up watching because they were good players. But I'm talking about these elite center backs who make you feel comfortable, who make you feel like you can beat anybody. These elite players don't come around often, and we cannot take that for granted because, yeah, the first many years I started supporting Liverpool, we did not have a defender of that caliber. Not nowhere, not even close. And trust me, Virgil Van Dijks don't come around often. Players of that ability, with that loyalty, with that dedication to the craft, don't come around often. And we just have to be in appreciation of that. Total appreciation of that. Neil says the money for Isak is way too much. We could get 2 quality players for that money. Yeah, that's probably why we're not going to go for it. Man United says United have to win tonight. Yeah, your whole season rests on tonight. That's why I'm so curious to see what kind of game it'll be. But yeah, Man United says United have to win tonight. It's strange. We're awful in the league, but we seem to show up in the Europa League. Well, to be fair, that's really where it matters for you now. Virgil has to be top 5 center backs of all time. I don't know if others will agree. I definitely agree. I think he'll go down as the greatest center back in Premier League history. Imagine he goes on to win another Premier League title and he could have 3. Bro, in the era of this Man City Pep Guardiola, to come away with 3, that could be that puts him at Mount Rushmore of center backs. No doubt about it. No doubt about that. Oh my lord. And shout out to Bence, by the way, that shared this stat for anybody saying that he's aging. Virgil van Dijk clocked the fastest speed. His fastest top speed was 34.9 kilometers per hour for Liverpool in the Champions League this season, which ranks him among the top 5 center backs in the league when you look at the top speed, when you measure just the sprint. For anybody saying, he's only going to slow down, bro, center backs can play till an old age. And then players, well, in football terms, okay, he's not old in regular terms. In football terms, Salah saying because of his elite mentality, like I said, he's just going to, if he needs to adapt his game, you best believe he'll adapt his game. Cooper Phelan, nice to see you back in the building. What's good? What's good? Him smiling and kissing the badge was all the confirmation I needed, says LFC God. Absolutely. This weekend, we said it all. We knew. We all knew. What was happening there? Ria says, Leo, seeing this news just brightened up my day and I can breathe a sigh of relief. Oh, yes. What do you think about Chiesa? I hope he stays, bro. But again, we don't know what's happening behind the scenes. We're winning 2 more Premier Leagues now, says Goldforge. Oh my, I hope so. I hope so. Do you think, bro, I think he deserves to be the best paid defender in Europe, like I said, because he is the best defender in Europe. He has been. I'm just casually eating my egg sandwich as I'm watching you. I'm also back in the building. Acoustic glue sticks. Nice to see you in the building. Yeah, Joseph, not very realistic. Sobo is so important. I love Soboslai. I really do love him. The second Virgil kissed the badge when he scored, I knew he was staying. I mean, I was confident he was staying the whole way. He's our freaking captain, and you can tell how much he loves to play for Liverpool. But obviously, for it to be officially confirmed is a different feeling. You know what I mean? He's still at the elite level, and you knew that he was going to want to stay. And the club was going to want to keep him because of the levels he continued to show this season. Van Dijk, by the way, said on Liverpool's future, I think it's exciting. I think it's exciting for what's coming. Bro, I get too excited thinking about our future. This is one of the earliest lives. It's 4:40 in India. Damn, Ashwini. Well, we had to do a breaking spontaneous live because I was just too excited. ThunderX Edits, nice to see you. Major, thank you for the super chat. It says free money because you totally deserve it, bro. Thank you, Major. I appreciate the support. It's me, Fraul, from Ethiopia. I'm back after 2 months of coma. Thank God I'm fully recovered now. Jeez, Fraul, I'm sorry to hear that. You were in a 2-month coma? What? Top Football is in the building. How are you doing? I'm doing just very, very well. It's sunny here. And Liverpool just announced the contract extension of Virgil. So to be honest, it can't get much better in terms of mood. It can't get much better than that. I was just doing my workout as the news broke. Now we need to sort out the contract of Ibu Konate ASAP. 100% agree. 100% agree. Neil says, I love Chiesa. Such a shame he didn't play enough. You can see his passion for the club, and you can see when he's on, he gives it everything. You can see his quality, but somehow Slot doesn't seem to want to play him. I agree. I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm praying that he does get his chances. What do I think is going to happen to Darwin? He's going to leave Goalforge. It's the most obvious transfer this summer. Thank you, Oscar. And Random Edits, nice to see you in the building. What's good? Predict Man United versus Lyon. I can't predict it, bro. But I think it's going to be an interesting game because, like I said, Lyon kind of have nothing to lose, and Man United's entire season rests on this game. So it'll be interesting. I cannot do this. It's such a beautiful day. It is such a beautiful day. Exactly. Keaton says they left space between Mo and Verge contracts just to let the hype build up for everyone. And so we could have 2 different days where the buzz is so high. Do you think Trent can still renew Nectify? You might call me deluded, but I still have hope. Because of the ambitions the football club is showing. The fact that they're paying Mo and Verge £400,000 a week around that amount of money. The ambitions is what makes me hopeful that Trent will end up staying, that he last minute will change his mind. I would not care if he changed his mind last minute. You want to keep a player of that ability. And I still have a little part of me that still believes it's possible. Castube, thank you for the super chat, who says, dude, I saw the tweet and rushed to YouTube to see your reaction. Konate is next. Summer is going to get really serious. Exactly. That's what we were talking about. And that's why there's a little part of me that thinks Trent is going to stay. But especially, Ibu Konate, he spoke, like, there were reports saying that Ibu would only stay if the club showed that it's ambitious. You don't show that you're more ambitious than keeping the likes of Virgil and Mo. Like, trust me. That's why I'm confident Ibu will stay, but I think he's going to have to meet somewhere in the middle for his contract. Apparently, his agent, and he's asking for around £200,000 a week. I think a fair price would be between £150,000 and £160,000 per week, which would meet about in the middle. Because right now he's earning £80,000 a week, which, when you look at the wages for the rest of the team, I do think he deserves more than that. So hopefully we're going to find an agreement somewhere in the middle. We need to find that agreement in the summer because we cannot afford his contract to run down, because the likes of PSG will be desperate to get him, and we need to keep a hold of a player of his quality. And he does seem to love Liverpool Football Club. So I'm confident Ibu will stay as well, for sure. Do you think Real Madrid result could impact Trent's decision? No, I think Verge and Salah staying more so could impact Trent's decision. Again, like I said, because it shows how ambitious the football club is and how bright our future looks. That's why there's a part of me that still believes Trent could sign. You can call me deluded, but I have that little glimmer of hope, is what I'll say. Mr. Dare, hello. Hello, guys, from Melbourne, Australia. I'm a new subscriber. Just love your channel. Where's your accent from? You'll never walk alone, guys. I love that you're from Australia. You know, it's on my bucket list. It's my dream to go to Australia one day. But yeah, I'm half French, half Icelandic. But as you can hear from my accent, I did live in the US for 11 years. I lived in New York for 11 years. So I did most of my schooling, most of my education in the States. So that's why English is a language I've used all throughout my growing up. But I'm not American. I'm half French, half Icelandic, and I do live in France now. I moved back to Europe after university. Charlie, nice to see you in the building. What's good? Freddie says, always Liverpool. We will win the league. 2 wins away now. 2 wins away. Cooper, I know all of us Liverpool fans feel the same way, that Harvey and Keza need to play more. All of us feel the same way. That's one thing I think we can all agree on. Thunder X Edits, nice to see you in the building too, who says, how are you, bro? I'm sorry, it's been a while since I watched your stream last year. Nice to see you in the building, bro. Keith Savan says Carlo Ancelotti will leave after the Copa del Rey final. It's happening towards the end of April, right? I think like the 28th or something. I'm going to be the first comment on the vid. Big up, Rian. Will we manage to sign Isaac or Alvarez? I don't think Isak. I think Isak, Newcastle will ask for 150 million pounds. They won't be forced to sell. I think Newcastle could literally end up finishing third place in the Premier League. That's how good they are right now. So I definitely think Isak will end up staying at Newcastle. I gotta, if I'm being honest about that one, because there's no need for Newcastle to sell. I don't think Isak will force a move because he's going to be looking forward to playing in the Champions League. And like I said, they can just ask for 150 million because he still has years left on his deal. So that's one. I got to be real. I don't see it happening. Neil says 26th of April. Ooh, we could do a watch along for that one, for the El Clasico. Let me know if you guys would want to do a watch along for that, because that could be an interesting one. But yeah, it'll be interesting. But anyways, you guys, unfortunately, I do have to go because I'm meeting my grandparents for lunch right now in literally just 15 minutes. So I got to run, but I wanted to jump on. I wanted to jump on with you guys because I was so buzzing at the news, and I know all of you felt the same way. We needed to exchange that energy, the incredible feelings that we have right now. But yeah, you guys, for those of you that can make it, I will literally see you guys tonight for the Lyon against Man United game. I'm going to be supporting Olympique Lyon, representing France, but also because, yeah, they're facing Man United, obviously our rival. But yeah, you guys, I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your day. I got to run. And again, soak in these moments, guys. Appreciate these moments. Take a deep breath. Think about how lucky we are for Virg and Mo to be staying at least another 2 years, and the success that could continue to come. We're just 2 wins away from the Premier League. Honestly, I don't think it gets much better as Liverpool fans right now. We got to soak it in, you guys. We got to soak it in. But yeah, that's the best freaking news. Guys, I will see you later. You'll never walk alone. Up the freaking Reds. Oh my God, I'm going to have a beaming smile for the rest of the day. I still, even though we knew this